Hello, everybody. This is Racquel Palmese. Welcome to Wisdom Wednesday. It's good to be here with you. I always look forward to these Wednesdays when I can relax for a moment and allow the thinking to slow, allow myself to connect with all of you out there. Hi, Maxie. I love that. Hello, everybody. So I would ask you to take some breaths with me. Come on into the field of energy. Join me, please. We join with our breathing. Try not to be distracted by anything for this next little while. Let's come together. So take a deep breath in. All the way. Feel your body, feel the breath coming into your body. And as you feel the breath coming into your body, you'll notice that your mind stops buzzing. Just for this time, we don't need to think very much. We just need to connect. The thoughts will come, the knowing will come, the wisdom will be shared. Spirit is present with us. And we're meant to tune into that frequency together right now. Feel it coming in like light energy. Let yourself relax. Feel your body, feel where you might be holding tension. Let it go. Let it go more. Move your shoulders and hips, your chin. Feel energy move. There's nothing and no reason to be stuck anywhere. Maybe shake it out. Feels really good. As the day goes on, sometimes we tend to have our shoulders up by our ears and very tight. Our energy field gets very narrow around us. We're contracted. Nothing much happens from that place except a lot of stuck feelings, a lot of stuck thinking, looping, repetitive behaviors. So let your energy field expand. No matter what time zone you happen to be in now, feel your body. Breathe deeply into it. And as you breathe, let me introduce what's coming in for us today. It's called shift. There used to be, maybe there still are, there used to be a bumper sticker a long time ago that said shift happens. It was, of course, a play on words. It was very funny. But it's true. Shift will happen. And it will happen whether we are part of it, whether we're engaged in it, whether we actually call it in, or whether we're just dragged along with it. Too often, we stand by and just let shift happen. We are not engaged with it. So this engagement is what's coming in today. So as we feel into our bodies, as we feel into the beingness of ourselves, deep breathing, let yourself feel yourself. This is you. Energy maybe starts coming through your fingertips. You might feel some chills as you connect with yourself. There's a deep being of you. Feel yourself. There's a lot of things shifting around us. There's a lot that's breaking down in our worlds and not much building in to replace what's breaking down yet. So not only is shift happening, but shift wants to happen. All these structures, all these ideas, identities, who we think we are as citizens of the world, citizens of our countries, who we are as friends, in relationship, as parents, as teachers. All these things are needing to shift. And they will. They will. Let's not have it happen right under our noses, but rather let's stay engaged. And the way to do that is, number one, to be willing to gain focus. Like, feel yourself right now. How much of you is engaged on a scale of 1 to 10? How engaged are you right now in this moment with me, in this field together? How embodied do you feel? How grounded? How present? Feel it. How distracted are you? Are you glancing over at your emails, phone? Are you thinking about what's going to be happening next? Or what happened before? Are you chewing on something? Mind looping? Or are you here? Be here. Be present, because that is the medicine of transformation. Presence is the vehicle that allows things to shift with awareness, not around us, not dragging us with it, but with our involvement, with our engagement in it. So if you allow yourself to be really present right now with me, as I am with you, I feel you out there. And I feel the future yous that will watch this at some other time, because this field is so alive to me. I feel all the spiritual connection that is in my orbit, the beings, light beings, energy forms and sparks that are with me. Many have been with me for my entire existence of my soul. I feel all of it present right now. You can too. You're different than me. You have a whole set of spirit beings around you that know you very well at many levels and realms of spirit. Feel it. It's beautiful. It's challenging. Feel your life, your world that you create. Every minute, every day, you are in this moment creating your life. You're putting a message out to the universe, not only of who you are, but who you want to become. How big a life, an experience here do you want to have? You are deciding that in this moment by how much presence you allow yourself to have. And that goes for the next moment and the next hour, and even in your sleep. Not that you have to be consciously, awake when you're asleep, but as you fall asleep, that you fall asleep with a prayer, with a gratitude, with your day embraced by you, even if it was hard, and especially if it was hard. Presence means being willing to stand in the fire of our own life, to be still in it, to allow it to be in us and around us without taking on all the noise of it. Sorry for the phones. Being present means finding a stillness, like being in the eye of a storm, where all is still. Feel that presence now. Allow yourself to be fully open to this moment. And in that openness, you feel all your senses alive. You're looking, you're seeing, you're hearing, you're feeling. You feel your body inside and outside. Your sense, your kinesthetic senses, energy, awareness, alive, all of it, in you, around you. You decide in this moment to be alive to everything. An awareness of what's around you without being distracted by it. You are focused here, now. And imagine being able to have the discipline of this kind of focus everywhere, in everything you do, in your relationships. That means that you are really present for your partner, for your children, that you really are there. You listen and you hear. And you feel what you're listening to, and you allow your heart, your body, yourself to open as you're receiving. And as you offer reflection back. If it's upsetting, that you are present for what it is that's upsetting you too, that you're not sinking or wallowing into a pool of, but rather you're present, you're grounded, you're feeling it, you're allowing it. My God, this is making me sad. I think I might cry. Or I think I might laugh. Will you laugh with me? Will you join me? Will you be alive with me? Let's figure out how to figure this out together. Relationship means being present in every way. Your relationship with Spirit, with God, is the same. How much love are you willing to release into that field? How grateful are you willing to be, especially for the tough lessons? How present are you willing to be as you connect with that which is ephemeral, untouchable, unknowable? Feel it in your heart, opening, beyond opening. Presence, right here, right now with me. What do you see? What do you feel in my energy? My words are speaking to you. What else is speaking to you here in this field? Take a look. Let it in. Trust that you have the sensory, the extrasensory perception to receive it, to know it, to travel on many different wavelengths. You do. So when we're present is when we can not only allow shift to happen, but we can decide what that shift is supposed to be. If you think about yourself, look at the different aspects of yourself. What needs to shift in you, in your thinking? What needs to not change, because change is a more outward expression. Change is in the doing. I want to change the way I do this. I want to change some behaviors. But shift is a more inward, more subtle kind of thing. Shift is when we allow our energy to renew itself. What needs to shift in your thinking? What is this subtle change, maybe not so subtle, that needs to happen? Are you judgmental of others? Are you always looking to criticize? Are you always looking for something wrong? Are you arrogant? Do you feel like you know everything? Or that you know more than another person? Or your community, or your world, or your partner, or your children? Or do you find faults all the time? Your thinking, do you limit yourself Do you need to shift that? Do you feel unintelligent, ignorant? Do you feel unable to grapple with the state of things today? Do you give up thinking, limiting thinking? There's a shift. There's some work to do there. And what needs to shift in your emotional body? What needs to move? What are you holding that doesn't need to be held anymore? What sadness, grief, fears are being held tightly? What needs to shift in the emotional body? Are you angry? Are you afraid all the time? Are you numb? That's an emotional thing too. Are you shell-shocked by all that's going on in the world today? Do you feel like, I want to throw my hands up? You're frustrated, anxious. Feel what needs to shift in you. Write it down. Breathe into it. Let it come up. Feel it. That's the work. That is the work I do with people. If you work with me, you know it. We do a lot of releasing of old identities, old stories, old ways of thinking about ourselves that are no longer valid. We let it shed and we become unafraid to move into a rebirth of ourselves. What needs to shift physically? Do you need to look at your physical self a little differently? We know outwardly what needs to change: our diet, our exercise. But in order for those to change, we need to be able to shift, to feel our physical bodies, to have a relationship with this amazing machine that we get to live in, even if it's, got a sore back, even if it's whatever it is. We need to love it. Unless we find a way to do that, the outward changes will be really hard or maybe even impossible to happen. Feel your body. What kind of relationship do you have with it? And what needs to shift? Write it down. Breathe in some light energy into your body. Let it enlighten itself. Let it feel light energy penetrating into shadowy, stiff areas that are holding all kinds of stuck energy. Move it around. Dance. Walk. Stretch. Laugh. Shake it out. Feel resistance that forms in the physical body and breathe into it. One of the things that I notice more than anything else is that we have an aversion to breathing. You can feel it if you're honest, how hard it is to just take a deep breath. We'll resist it. We will resist it. Why? Because when we breathe into that resistance, it sparks the emotions. And they start getting unstuck, and the emotions will start running, and we will start feeling everything. So here we come back to presence. Are we willing to be present to the shifts that want to happen in us? Nothing outside of us, in our world, in our country, in our communities, in our relationships. Nothing is going to shift, as you know, unless we're willing to shift that which is stuck inside us. Ask yourself. Ask it now. Ask it deep as you can go. Am I willing to become agile Am I willing to allow change in myself, these deep places that are calling out to move? Am I willing to let movement happen? Or am I stuck in my thinking? Have I already decided that no, my back will never heal. No, I'm too dumb to do this. No, I'm not able to do business stuff. Anything, just pick out anything in your life that needs to shift. It's time, my friends. You know it. I know it. We are being held in place for a reason. It is to take stock of all that is stuck in our personal selves and in our world, and let it shift, or it will shift without us, and we may not like it. We may not even be able to live with it. So first us, right? Let's do it. Let's find it. Find a guide, find a teacher, find a friend. Hold each other's feet to the fire. Grow beyond your ideas of how much you can grow. Grow beyond your limited thinking. Open to potentialities that you don't believe can actually happen. If you want to believe in something, believe in the miracle of yourself. Believe it. It's true. It is true. I love you. Thank you. Mahalo. Thank you, Carol. See you next Wednesday.